Well, unfortunately, crime continues to spiral out of control on Long Island. And this is something I'm very upset to hear about, but I'm not really all that surprised. I am surprised, but I'm not surprised, if you know what I'm saying. And yeah, News 12 covered this for like 15 seconds. All right? They should have definitely spent more time on this. This is the story here. Long Island man nabbed after stabbing victim during an altercation on the bus. Nice bus. A 43-year-old Long Island man is facing multiple charges after police say he stabbed the victim during an argument on a bus. The Nassau County Police Department reported that Ian Marcus of Elmont was arrested following the incident that took place at 2 p.m. in New Hyde Park on Tuesday, October 5th. Yes, New Hyde Park, another troubled area that's just getting redlined. So a 67-year-old man was riding a Nassau Intercounty Express when an argument ensued between him and another passenger, later identified as Marcus. A struggle ensued between the two men, and Marcus pulled out a knife as the bus was traveling east on Hillside Avenue, so it's the N22. Authorities said Marcus grabbed the 67-year-old by the neck, which restricted his ability to breathe, and stabbed him in the chest. The victim suffered a severe laceration. Police said the bus was coming to a stop at this point, and Marcus ran away in the area of Hillside Avenue and Astor Drive. The 67-year-old then went to the front of the bus and told the driver he had been stabbed. Police were called to the scene, and officers located and arrested Marcus a short time later at Marcus Avenue and Laurel Drive. The victim was taken to a hospital for treatment. NCPD said Marcus was charged with the following: second-degree assault, third-degree possession of a weapon, second-degree menacing, and criminal destruction of breathing and blood circulation. He is scheduled to be arraigned on Wednesday, October 6th. So, very serious. This happened in broad daylight, but this is what's going on in New Hyde Park. And Laura Uhle also mentioned this as too. Laura Uhle has a whole bunch of crimes on here that is not even really being reported right now. We have multiple robberies that have happened here. So there was also an armed robbery in New Hyde Park. Police reported an armed robbery at the T-Mobile in New Hyde Park. This is on Union Avenue by New Hyde Park Road. The suspects are believed to be three females entered the store and displayed a weapon. After demanding items, the workers, knowing the weapon is not a gun, knowing the weapon is not a gun approach. This is when they took off on foot toward North New Hyde Park Road. So again, New Hyde Park is going down the tubes. And this is what happened here. This is the other story on it. And it might have been a robbery on the bus. So this is an attempted robbery in New Hyde Park. It turned into a stabbing inside a nice bus. It's 2 p.m. Hillside Avenue. The suspect tried to rob a 67-year-old victim. You're on the bus and somebody's trying to rob you. And he fought back, and that's why he got stabbed. Shortly, the suspect was... See, the other article doesn't mention this. Shortly, the suspect was caught on Marcus Avenue. Earlier that day, a suspect was taken into custody for robbing TDS Bank in Newcastle around 10:45 a.m. The suspect passed a note at the bank located at 999 Old Country Road demanding cash. The teller refused and called the police. Shortly, the same suspect went to another TD Bank in Wantagh, and that's when he was caught. So this time, the suspect jumped the counter and took off the cash until he was arrested. So, of course, he made the mistake of going to the South Shore where they actually do catch criminals. And today, around 9:30 a.m., a suspect robbed a TD Bank in Bethpage. This is at 145 Stewart Avenue. Shortly, the suspect was apprehended after a chase. Around 2 p.m., police reported a robbery at a T-Mobile store in Baldwin. This is at 1199 Grand Avenue. 3 female suspects, so it might be connected to the New Hyde Park one, took off on foot with items. And around 3 p.m., a victim was stabbed at the Urgent Care in West Islip. So another crime, that actually on the South Shore. That was at 125 Sunrise Highway. So the South Shore doesn't avoid all the crime. And now we have another one here. Hello, all units. They're in the Plainview area. Armed robbery in Plainview, AT&T store, 50 Minetto Hill Mall. 3 suspects, blacks, entered the store and took off with items, maybe connected with the other robberies. All 3 females again. Then fled on foot, seen entering a gray witness Lexus by a witness. They were wearing all black with black hoodies and black masks. So here you go. Just some of the crime. And wait, we're not done yet. We're not done yet at all. Because this is This is what we got about this is the bank robbery, the suspect that was nabbed. News 12 spent like 15. I can't even find it on the website. I mean, I can't even find it on the website. Here they are talking about the pandemic again. Hello, we have a pandemic of crime, News 12. That's the real pandemic going on right now. They did cover this. I'll give them credit for that. They spent a minute on that. But I don't see anything about these other crimes even on the website. This is what they gave this all of 31 seconds. 31. I'm not even going to play it because there's no details. They don't send the reporter. He's just reading it. But this is where it happened. You see on the map right here. That's not too far from Mineola. All right, this is what's going on in the middle of the island. This is what we're dealing with. So let's go back to this here. Suspect from Suffolk nabbed for separate robberies at Long Island TD Bank branches. Police investigators on Long Island busted a bank robber who targeted 2 TD Bank branches. Suffolk County resident Joseph Mann, age 49 of Wyandanch, entered TD Bank on Old Country Road in Newcastle shortly before 11 a.m. on Tuesday, October 5th, when he passed a note demanding money. The teller did not comply, and the police were called, prompting Mann to flee. A short time later, he entered a different TD Bank branch on Wantagh Avenue in Wantagh, at which point Mann allegedly approached the teller and jumped over the counter, removing an undisclosed amount of cash before fleeing the location. An investigation led to police identifying Mann as a suspect, and he was located on Rockaway Boulevard in Queens shortly before 6:30 p.m. and was arrested. At the time he was taken into custody, Mann was found to be in possession of a white rock-like substance believed to be cocaine. So a lot of this fuels drug dirt. And what does it say here? He's charged with 2 counts of third-degree robbery, fourth-degree criminal possession of controlled substance, third-degree criminal possession of controlled substance. No return court date for Mann has been announced. Don't tell me he was let out. Don't freaking tell me he was let out. I'm telling you, this bail reform and the lack of any urgency from our elected officials about repealing this trash bail reform. We'll rant about it at the end of this video. Police searching for suspect accused of robbing Suffolk County Bank. A man entered a Chase Bank in Islandia and handed a teller a note demanding cash and threatening to use a gun at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, October 6th. Police said the teller gave the suspect the cash from the drawer and the suspect ran away. SCPD said the suspect was described as a black man, about 6 feet tall, and heavyset, and was wearing a dark blue sweatshirt. The bank is located at 1455 Veterans Highway. So, most of the crimes in the middle of the island. You notice that, Most of it's in the middle of the island. Let's go to this one here. Man stole keys while test driving car and then threatened a victim in Suffolk County. A man has been apprehended after police say he threatened a Long Island resident with a knife and stole his car keys while test driving a vehicle that was listed for sale on social media. Jalen Boynton, age 20, met the victim at his house on Quarry Lane in Bohemia at approximately... And Bohemia is really the middle of the island. Approximately 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, October 5th, to test drive the 2020 Dodge Challenger. TA said that had been listed for sale on the Facebook Marketplace. The victim drove Boynton in the vehicle for approximately... It's always a bad idea to do this stuff. All right, always a bad idea to go through these marketplaces and stuff because you don't have any security at all. You don't know who you're dealing with. The victim drove Boynton in the vehicle for approximately a half hour before returning to Quarry Lane. Boynton, a resident of Manhattan, asked to see the vehicle's keys and snatched them from the victim's hand, starting the vehicle. The victim was able to turn off the car before Boynton threatened him with a knife and fled on foot with the keys at approximately 7:15 p.m. Suffolk County Police K-9 and Aviation Section officers responded and conducted a search. Sergeant James Curley and his dog Hawk located Boynton by a marsh near Sunrise Highway and Pond Road at approximately 7:48 p.m. Boynton was charged with first-degree robbery. He was held overnight at the 5th Precinct and is scheduled to be arraigned at 5th District Court in Central Islip on Wednesday, October 6th. Was he let out? Was he not let out? It never says that. Never says that. Let's see. What else we got here? They didn't even cover this. News 12 didn't even cover this. Hate crime investigation. Scarecrow found hanging by Noose at Senior Center in Suffolk County. A hate crime investigation is underway after a scarecrow was found hanging by a noose at a Long Island Senior Center. The Suffolk County Police Department said that the incident took place at the North Amityville Senior Center somewhere between 4:40 p.m. on Friday, October 1st, and about noon on Monday, October 4th. The scarecrow was found hanging from a pergola at the rear of the property located at 48 Cedar Road. So, News 12 didn't even cover that one. It's just a lot of stuff that they don't cover. There's a lot of stuff that they don't cover. And then we have the missing kid, too, that we got to talk about, too, from Riverhead. That we have to talk about as well. We're not done yet. And these are the articles. Newsday also had an article on this, too. But nothing from the TV stations. I can't even find anything. We could do New Hyde Park. And see if anything comes up there. Let's see. There are a few here. All right, there's another article from the Patch on this. They all pretty much say the same thing. But it's just unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. How can I tell you? But anyway, let's go to Riverhead Local now and talk about this missing kid here. Hopefully I can find it. Hopefully we can find it, because I know somebody put the link up, and I put the link up now. I can't even find it. If worst comes to worst, I'll have to why is it? Oh, here we go. News 12 didn't even cover this. I guess because he doesn't have blonde hair, and he's not from the South Shore. He's not an attractive blonde woman from the South Shore, so I guess it doesn't matter to News 12. Police search for missing teen. The Riverhead Police Department is requesting the public's help in locating a teen missing from the Timothy Hill Children's Ranch in Riverhead. John Fatchy, age 17, is described by police as 5 inches tall, 135 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a dark-colored sweatpants and a gray hooded sweatshirt. No foul play is expected, so he probably ran away. And we hear about this a lot. It happens a lot. Some of these places, some of these facilities are not very nice facilities, and some of these kids just can't take it and they run away, and it's a horrible situation. It really is. News 12 should be talking about it, but again, they'd rather waste half their newscast talking about this damn pandemic, which is ridiculous. Enough of the pandemic already. You can take a shot and it's going to protect you from the virus, but you know what? What's going to protect you from all these criminals? Huh? So I think that just about wraps up. Now, News 12 also said they were going to be covering a robbery spree in Holbrook tonight, but Holbrook is on the South Shore to some extent. Let's see where Holbrook is. This is like Holbrook over here, this area. So that's a kind of, it's more toward the South Shore in my opinion. Of course, that's because they're going to not too far from Blue Point and Sayville, so of course they're going to cover it. The South Shore, they avoid most of this crime. They're sitting pretty, enjoying their lives, living it up, while we're the ones dealing with all the crime. We're the ones suffering, dealing with all the crime, and they're just living it up. They're blissfully unaware of all the suffering that we're going through right now, and it's the middle of the island that's dealing with the brunt of this. And this is all part of the plan. And the governor, she's all part of this whole thing. She's all part of this woman right here. I'm telling you, this governor actually manages. She's managing to be even worse than Cuomo, because at least Cuomo mentioned the crime a little bit. She doesn't care about the crime at all. This woman, and she's completely out of touch. We have a real crime emergency. She's obsessed with the damn pandemic. Enough with the damn pandemic already. You get a shot, you put your mask on, it'll protect you. What is going to protect you from these criminals you're letting out on the streets, Kathy? No, she just expanded the bail reform. Now even more of them are going to be out on the streets. I mean, what is wrong with the government in this state? They know damn well who's going to deal with the brunt of it. And it's going to be us in the middle of the island while certain demographic gets to sit pretty. And then they'll say this, sorry. I know I took this meme down. I made a post about it. You're not welcome. We priced you out. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. The only safe places are going to be from them and people like us, disabled, middle class. Anyone who isn't a white finance professional is going to have to live with these problems in their community or have to leave. That's what the plan is all about. That's the crux of the plan right there. This governor is all part of it. No, I won't be voting for Hochul. You know what I mean? Look, I don't want to have to vote for Zeldin, but I really hope that Astorino is nominated a Republican, because she's already been endorsed by the Democratic Party. She's going to be the Democratic nominee for New York State. Kathy Hochul, you are not getting my vote. Unless you do something about the crime. It doesn't seem like you give a damn about the crime. She's only looking out for a certain demographic once again. Just like the previous governor, we're going to have to be the ones dealing with all the problems. And if we don't like it, well, we're going to have to go live in New Jersey. And that's all part of the plan. And she's all part of it. You know, she only cares about those people sitting pretty in the enclaves, where the Wall Street people, the finance people, the rest of us are going to have to deal with looking over our shoulder every damn day, worrying about getting robbed, attacked by some crazy person trying to get money for drugs. All right? So thank you, Kathy Hochul, for making New York State an even more dangerous place. And that brings this video to an end. Thank you for watching.